Hello, friends. Welcome to the daily tarot card reading for Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. I hope everyone is doing well and the week is off to a good start for you. Just as a reminder, we are in Mercury retrograde now, so be aware of any complications, any transportation issues, any communication, interaction issues, things maybe not going great or not working, computer issues. All of these things are happening usually to remind us that it is time during Mercury retrograde to slow down, to review, to cleanse, to sort, and to sort of not try to move forward as much. So if you're getting these things popping up in your life, see if you can maybe gear down a bit and look more inward and less outward in what you're trying to do. All right, that's the key yellow flag for Mercury retrograde. I always find Mercury retrograde is an incredibly interesting and introspective time. And once you tap into that vibe during that period, this period of time of Mercury retrograde, I think you'll see some bonuses, some benefits. But onto this reading for Tuesday. This is a reading to understand what we need to know to have the most beneficial day possible. Gain some clarity, some insight, some inspiration, and what we need to know to move forward through the day as spirits in a very physical body in a physical world. This is a collective reading, so feel free to pull a card on your own for like your own personal line into this collective universal reading. You can take that card and apply it to how these cards come down and see what it says to you. All right. Oh. That one, I don't know if you saw it on camera, but it like literally jabbed me in the hand. It'll be funny if that is a swords card. I was going to use the pendulum today, which is right over here, but not feeling it. I feel like we're going to go with card stabbing. Let's see. Yeah, this one was very much trying to get my attention. This one, okay. All right, let's see what we have for Tuesday, November 11th. Oh, interesting. We have the Hierophant. Not a stabby card at all, but a very important card. It's about this is more of the classical rendition of the Hierophant. I'll get into this in here in a minute, how I read the Hierophant card. And, oh, cool. And the Hermit. So this is a day to really, two major arcana cards. So we have a big message coming through, and that is I'm getting a sense of retreat from the Hermit card. Sometimes I get a sense of coming out of retreat and coming out of a period of isolation. This feels like retreating and resting and hiding away so you can better interact with your connection to spirit and to the divine. Typically, the Hierophant card is an authority card about the church or a school or a big institution, and that they have the authority in which to heal or give mass, or like you have to go to them to receive the divine. That's part of the classical, reading of this card. And for me, it's about how do you become the authority? How do you work with your personal connection to the divine to be the authority, to be the voice, to help, to let spirit work through you in order to help people? It's more of a beneficial version of this card. A lot of people can feel restriction and a little bit of like I don't know when the Hierophant card comes up, because some of these institutions and organizations are based on power and control. And those of us that have experienced that can have a knee-jerk reaction, which is completely understandable. This is more personal. This is about your authority to connect to your divine, to your divinity, to what you feel is sacred in the world for you. And then knowing that you have the ability to bring that to other people and a responsibility to bring that to other people. However, this is not an outward day. This doesn't feel like it's time to go stand on a soapbox on the corner and preach to the masses. That's not what this reading is about today. This is about taking that divinity, taking that connection, and being your own personal priest or priestess that retreats inward a bit more. If you're not able to do this today because it's a weekday, because you have to be on the go, completely understandable, but take some time today, either this morning, in the evening. And this feels like extended time. This doesn't feel like, oh, I'm going to do this on my lunch break. Take some time today to enter into the dark. Get a quiet space, a darkened space, and sit with your connection to divinity and to spirit and to that higher source that you lean into, whatever that may be. But take some time today to reflect and to hermit up a bit if you can. I think the energies are going to be supportive in that today. I think that's what these cards are saying. And the vibe I'm getting is that hopefully all of us will be able to do that. Even if it's for an hour, a longer form, some long form meditation. Maybe, an appropriate use of this would be to take your tarot cards and do some readings and working on that connection that you have that you may feel is lacking, but it's there. Trust me, it is there. So see if you can tap into that today. And I'm getting the sense of like she's sort of holding the lantern for warmth. She's not really holding it outward like the hermit does. In the traditional hermit card, the hermit holds that lantern out, not only so he can see or she can see, but also so others can be led by them, or they can see the light and come to them, because the hermit has wisdom and information to share. This is different. This is more of like she's retreating from the cold and holding this light close. So hold your connection to spirit very close today. And it definitely feels like a yin day, like a yin energy, recovery, reset, and reconnect. Okay? All right. Get that to come into focus. There we go. But it's 2 major arcana cards. It also jives very well with our moon phase reading that we are going through right now as we move towards the new moon. We had the High Priestess and the Sun, so more of that connection to divinity, whereas the High Priestess is one that sort of sits at the doorway between spirit and the physical. Even this card kind of shows that the Hierophant sits a little bit more forward from the gate and is sort of in front of the gate, but still connected to spirit and bringing that energy out into the 3D physical world to help other people. But not as direct energy today. This is about taking care of you. This is about resetting and reconnecting. I'm almost feeling like it's this reconnecting to the dark and to this sense of solitude and peacefulness and serenity. There we go. There's the word I was looking for. Because there's a certain serenity in this card that I'm feeling. But knowing that you can be in the dark, you can be in this quiet, and you can be in this reset period, knowing that you're connected to something eternal and special and divine. Okay. All right. Let's look at a punctuation card. I don't have anything ready because that's how I roll sometimes. We're going to use... All right. We're going to use these Angels and Ancestors cards. The staple of this channel, it seems sometimes. I just really work well with these cards. Or they work well with me. One of the two. That one right there. You are not alone. Bingo. The hermit is alone, but only physically. And that's an important lesson today that can only be learned by getting away from the noise, getting away from the crazy and the chaos, and going more inward and tapping into that light of your lantern and your connection to spirit and divinity. and understanding you are not alone, and you'll get through this day just fine. You'll get through the rest of this week just fine. Cool. I believe we had this for the moon phase reading too. Yeah, this connects well with the moon phase reading, which will be at the end of this video, so check it out. You can follow the link there if you want to get caught up and see where we're headed as far as the new moon. Yeah, understanding you're not alone, understanding that you have a connection to spirit and you have the authority to work with it. You have the authority to work with spirit and divinity as needed, okay? And it's there for you. It's an eternal, always present source. All right. So rest, recovery, reflection today, and I think we're good. Let me know what you think. Let me know what cards you pull for your own personal card. If you do that, please leave it down in the comments. And I really appreciate all the comments we got. I really appreciate everybody coming forward and speaking up on the moon phase readings. It helped me more than you know. So I appreciate that. And have an amazing Tuesday. Have an amazing, reflective, divine, and hopefully quiet Tuesday. And I will see you on tomorrow's reading. Take care, everybody. Peace and strength. Bye-bye.